What's up, YouTube? I am here to show you how to spin a staff, twirl a staff, for real, not like most videos. If you search how to twirl a staff, you might find one video that actually involves skill. 90% of them don't. Allow me to demonstrate. Figure 8 is what a lot of people teach you, or a lot of people do. Yeah, it looks really cool, especially from the side, but it's not that impressive because it doesn't take really any dexterity, no finger skill, not really any coordination really, as much as knowing exactly what you're doing. You just have to kind of spin it one way or the other and just kind of turn your wrist. Preferably open your hand up at this side. But I'm going to teach you an advanced version of that. In another tutorial, a dual-wield version of that, single blade. But I'm going to teach you right now my staff spinning techniques, which are more advanced. Now, I want to start off basically, a lot of videos called How to Spin a Bow Staff say you do it like this. This is how you do it. Well, that's how they teach you to do it in Taekwondo, Kung Fu, Karate, whatever. This is how they teach you to do it. Whoops. I'm not very good at it. Or this direction. Just train yourself to go both ways. Now, I'm not very good at this sometimes. Well, mainly because it's cold outside and that hinders me. But I'm not very good at this sometimes because I don't prefer it. I prefer my own technique, which I do 99% of the time. 0.9. Which is, by what some people have said, wrong, but that's because that was the first time they ever saw me do it. And they take Taekwondo with me, so they've never seen it before. As you can see, it's really fast. And so I prefer to do it because it takes skill. It's taken me 6 years to develop and perfect the technique, and so I'm going to show you how to do it. And hopefully some of you are going to be the first ones I've ever been able to teach, because it's really hard, so it's hard to teach people, and I'm hoping that you people can learn better. So, here we go. It's the same thing as the basic technique. We're going to start off spinning it to your right. You turn it like this, and make sure you have this down first. I didn't have it down first, but that's why it's taken me 6 years. So, make sure you know how to do this first. And once you got this down pretty good, and you can just kind of keep it going until your arm wears out, then you can start doing my technique, which is, that's not it, but, which instead of grabbing it, instead of grabbing it right there, like that, you're gonna want to grab it right here, like that. You're going to want to open up your finger and get it scissored between your fingers. Your index finger is going to be on the bottom, and these three fingers are going to be on top. And you're going to want it to be like this, and this finger is going to do this. You're going to turn it by pushing these fingers down and pushing this one that way. So you're going to just essentially do that. And that's going to get the staff spinning really good. Then once you're here, this finger's going to be like this, and you're going to come around with a thumb like that, and the thumb's going to grab it right there, like this, kind of like you'd end up in a figure of 8, like that. Whoops. Like that. Only it's going to be a bit more back. So you're going to be right here, pull it up with your thumb, then once you've got all that down, you might want to rewind this a few times just to make sure you understand what I'm saying. Once you're here, you grab it, and here. Now, this finger technique allows you to get like an entire extra spin out of it. And even if not, it allows you to move your hands much faster, because you get the staff going faster, which means you can go faster, just etc. You can go the other way with an entirely different technique altogether. It means going to the left is way different in every way. which is bizarre because when you do this, it's the same way both ways. But with my technique, it's completely different. The going to your left is slower but smoother, so it's easier to do in tighter spaces, like not break anything. So if you're doing this inside, you might want to try this technique first. This way you're going to be doing it is this hand's going to be pointing up like this, and when you grab it, you're going to want these two fingers, your pinky and your little finger up, pointing up. Your palm is going to be facing up. These two fingers are going to grab up like that, and then this is actually easier to do. Just kind of let it turn over and then turn your hand like that. Then make sure you hold on to it with your thumb and then just keep turning it with your wrist from there. This is slower, smoother, and safer. I don't prefer to do it. I do it just kind of when I'm casually spinning it. When I really want to get going, I go this way. I like both ways. I prefer going to my right a bit more. Figure eights are really easy to do, and I like to add my own twist to them. When you come here, when you come to your outer side, when your arm is kind of like that, when you come out, I want you to pull it up like that. Have your finger like this. These fingers are going to be curled back. So you're going to have this finger grabbing it, and these fingers are going to curl back, and that's going to start about here. You're going to start doing that about there. So it's like change right there. That's what it's going to look like when the finished product is going to look like this. Whoops, trees. Your finished product is going to look like that. You're going to have an entire extra, possibly maybe 2 spins. This is cooler to do with like lightsabers or something, but this is a staff tutorial. It can be done with both. So you got it here. You change on your way over to this position, curl these fingers back, grab it around with this one in your thumb. So you're across like this. Then you're going to let your thumb off and open these fingers out and push around. So it's kind of like this technique, only reversed. Then you're going to push up with these fingers. These fingers, this is very complicated, these fingers, bear with me, are going to go down here. So you're going to be, hang on, I got to get back into it. Curl, push, change. So right here, these fingers are going to be scissoring it. These two fingers are going to be down here and are going to pull it back over again. You might want to start working on this your own. And it's going to come between here. Your thumb is going to grab it, and you're going to end up like that. It's really hard to do. I'll teach it in another tutorial, actually the next 2 tutorials, in case you don't watch this one, which you obviously are at the moment. So that's really fun to do, especially if you're dual wielding lightsabers or something. It's actually really fun to do and really cool. So the thing I like about my technique is you can apply it to something like, say, fighting or something. You can use it for moves like more trees. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Palm spins, those look really cool too. They don't take a lot of skill. You just got to get the balance right. Once the balance there, the staff does it all. I suggest if you want to do something that looks cool and is hard to do, then maybe you should try my technique, because I know there's one other video on YouTube that does anything even similar to my technique. It's actually harder. I can't do it because the way my pinky can't be independent, so I can't do that technique, unfortunately. But My technique is much faster. It is harder, but once you got the muscle memory down, you can just go until your arm wears out. Stop it wherever you like. But you can also kind of come out of it. I don't know. Tips. Just rewind this video as many times as you must. So, you're going to want to really get the basic idea. So I'm going to do it in slow-mo a few times for you. Other way. With the figure 8, this one, I recommend you can just do whatever you want, your own technique, but whatever you do, don't do like the, whatever it is, here, mix it, I don't know, I can't do it, it's too long with this. Here's another thing I'm going to show you, and I can use this for demonstration real quick, is if you're doing a lightsaber, doing that, yeah, it might look cool sometimes, it takes zero skill, so doing it to look cool, if just by my opinion you're just trying to make yourself look cool, you don't look actually any cool at all. But if figure 8 looks really cool, by the way, this is another thing I'm going to tell you. Broomsticks, if you don't have a staff like this is a Taekwondo bow staff. If you don't have one of those, then just get a broom, take off the sweeping part, and you got a broomstick. It's pretty much a staff. Warning about this, the technique is basically the same, but as you can see here, it goes way faster. So be careful with it, because you can really lose control of it. More trees. You can really lose control of it. This way is better to do with broomsticks because it's slower and all, so it's safer to do with something that's this out of control. So broomsticks I actually used for quite a while. They were much lighter, so you got to be careful with them a lot. So make sure you're adjusted pretty well. But practice, work hard. It's taken me years, so if I were you, I wouldn't get discouraged if it takes you a month. So if anything, that means you're making great progress. So don't do this if you don't have to. If you're really good at learning, you're really good at understanding what I'm doing, then you should be able to learn it in an hour or so. No problem. Comment. I don't really care if you subscribe. I'm not that big on that stuff.